Testing audio, testing audio.
I hear you.
I think desktop audio may be a little loud, and my audio now should be pretty good. My internet's chugging. I got the Discord icons lighting up in the top left corner. Cool. Well, somebody log in and let me know how the audio is in a few seconds, but we'll go ahead and get started.
I log in Twitch.
I'm gonna go to Twitch. Just click the link that popped up. What is up, everybody? My name is Richard Terrell. I go by Kirby Kid, and you are watching Design Oriented Live. We are playing Patch Quest. And if you've been a fan of this channel, or just randomly typed in Patch Quest Design Oriented Richard into YouTube, for whatever reason, you know that this is a game that we are very well familiar with. This game was created by Lemon. We did an interview with Lemon for last year's PAX EGX. We have a video up on our YouTube channel. You can go to designoriented.net/PAX EGX in order to see that list. Otherwise, this has been a game that's been a long time in the making. Many, many years, 5, 6, whatever. You know how indie games go, but it's a game that's had many transformations, and Design Oriented ourselves, we have had a chance to take a look at this game almost from the beginning, almost its very first iteration where it looked really weird. But just like significant version 2 to 3 to this is 4 or 5. We've been along for the ride. We've talked to Lemon. We've had several design chats, which are also on the Design Oriented YouTube channel. I'll probably make a playlist, but now it's just time to play the game. We'll see exactly how things turned out. It's co-op. That is some smooth menuing, though. Let's go ahead and make the game music lower, which is what I always do for lower the master volume, music even lower. Ambient sounds are like this, and the sound effects are up. Cool. Beautiful. Look at these juicy, yummy menus. Play. Finally coming to Steam, this version is fully featured and carries 6 of the game's 12 planned zones. Adding those remaining zones will be the focus of future updates. Lemon. He called himself Lemon. At one point he called himself Cantaloupe. I thought that was funny. You can follow along. Who cares? Discord sync lets you earn special roles on the Patchwork server. Requires Discord. We'll worry about that later. Ah, here we go. Nice. Having the black line for the lip is practically invisible on my skin here. I like that one. That's funny. Nah. That looks more like me, but I want to... This is usually the nose I pick for Mies and everything. Yeah. What is this one? Critical Eye Richard? I like this one. I'll just keep hitting the right button until I see something like a fro. It might take me a while. Hey, it's kind of like what I'm sporting right now, actually. I don't even like it. That's kind of also one that I've sported. This is kind of like what I have now, not that one. No, I'm not a clown. Like a couple of clowns, which you are. Yep, hit the wrong button. Oh well. All that work.
No. You sound clear, by the way.
I sound what? Clear?
Yeah, you're good.
We'll go with something slightly not incredibly dark. We'll go with this. We'll go with that. We'll go with this. We'll go with that. Not for long, nature.
Beep bop boop. Beep beep bop boop. Boop bop beep bop. Ready? Danger! Boop bop beep bop.
That's going first.
Beep 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 bop boop. Awesome!
Before shooting, you lasso. That's interesting.
Boop boop beep bop. Beep bop boop boop.
That's true. I always get this mixed up.
Beep 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 bop boop. Huh? Danger! Beep 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 bop boop.
I used to think we shot sugar before, but now
Beep bop boop boop.
it's a gloop, and it's not. They're not eating it. They're just sticking him down.
Boop bop boop beep bop. Boop bop beep bop.
Okay. You forgot a comma.
Beep beep bop boop. Boop boop beep bop.
Huh.
Boop bop beep bop.
You didn't step anywhere.
Nice. Boop bop beep bop.
Use your keyboard. Oh, I'm using my keyboard. B? Huh. Not working.
Awesome.
Oh well.
Beep beep bop boop. Huh? Boop bop beep bop. beep bop boop. Boop boop beep bop.
I thought it might loop me on the sides. But you know, you don't want to start looping for no reason. I'm surprised that's on the back button and not like go into your house or something like that.
Huh? Beep bop boop boop.
I figured he would have to point out the random nature of it pretty early. Little transition tile. It's the shotgun on this thing you earn by shooting your entire bullet canister. And then you hold the button and you release. That's pretty cool. Much more clear than like random super meters and trying to get the timing right on random little reload animations. Every time. Scratch proof, itch proof. Beep bop boop.
Bop boop boop. Wow. Beep bop beep bop.
So it's only for wild plants. X button. I like how the text stays in the bottom right. Okay. Rifles are stronger but slower firing. We established that the mud was bad in the intro, so I like that. Oh, these things bounce bullets. Come on. Got him. Oh, nice. So it looks like my ammo will be consumed. Oh, you can activate them just like that. Does it force you to go all the way empty when you do your change like that? So let's see. So if I'm shooting this, and I change, yeah, when you change ammo types, it automatically forces a reload. So if I just shoot once, and it's a quick change, so I can be like one shot, one shot, one shot, one shot. That's pretty cool. Get out of my way. Level elements. You reflected some of my homing shots and they were homing back at me. That was fun.
Awesome! Boop bop beep bop. Beep 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 bop boop.
I guess the shooting was so powerful nobody was using the mount skills, so they're like, well, if you want the extra defense ability that the mounts give you, you need to keep them alive. So they're like, use your skills, and it looks like this keeps you a little bit more conscious of the cooldowns. This cooldown should probably just be filling up meters, so it just keeps the color thing instead of just like big old numbers. Pears. Where's my stamina for my ride? Okay, I see, top right. It's a big battery. I'm like, how's that enemy stamina? Okay. I'm at level 2 with the Scrub Hog. That doesn't do a lot, but it's for protection. It's a defensive spell. Basic ammo. Let's try the new one. Splitting. Well, I wonder if enemies can attack me there. Crazy mud frogs. How do you not get hit? Is shrub blocked at all? That's interesting. The enemies in their natural habitat just like block stuff because they're in plants. I probably need to ride that so I get my dizzy bonus. But I got a scrub hog. Why would I ever change? Buy a stat for 1 HP? Of course. Okay, that was too much. I did not get immediate feedback for that and I went crazy. But that's okay. Now I'm in trouble. Nope. Let's see. Let's see. Did they chase me to the halfway point? Ah! That is a more powerful thing. I wonder what happens if I do this. Okay, they just refill. Cool. I like how the level elements not bounce me around like this. Significant little bounce. Now I gotta figure out how to use my mount skill so I can keep it. Wow, that's a lot of hovering. Basic skills. So these are the melee skills, I think. I wonder if those still add up to my mounts, little mount thing. Yep, it does. Angry. Oh, Jumbo is really fun. Oh, did it get blocked by the tree? Oh, it's continual action. I maxed out my meter. Cool. 15 health. Ferocity, I'm starting to learn. Jumbo that. Let's grab whatever tree I want. I wonder if I can still grab this as a tree. I'm gonna do it. See what happens. Mortamelons. Nice. I like how my little feet get a little muddy. Forgot the name of that thing. Oh, I'm using my jumps. My jumps. Might as well use it or lose them. I don't like the jumps that much. So replace. Oh, it also dumps the one on the ground, and it keeps the ammo count. Nice. I can just juggle it. Oh no. Wow. Ah! Cleanse? Am I in need of a cleansing? I'll take it. Explosive. I'm going through so many different types. Might as well keep shuffling. Why not? Get out of here, banana. I like splitting. I'll keep it. Is it random which way it goes? Huh? Okay. My first shot was a... Or is that because I got hit? Can't tell if the contact hurts me yet. Mount scale running low. I guess it doesn't hurt you. So there's a dead end. The map popping up on transitions. I love that. Right here, you're like, where am I? You're like, oh yeah. And the transitions are usually the only place that matters anyway. Oh wow. Missed. Refill on this. To his area of effect. You see what the mega damage is. Not bad. Not bad. I'm gonna save this patch for something I really want. Like this sausage. I hate sausage. Like this. Speedy, nice. Yeah, I love that. Bullets. Where am I? Oh, I lost my mount. I wasn't paying attention. I like it how it attracts you because it was in the middle of a hazard tile. Pretty good. It's a king. I wonder why. Okay, that's a lot. Why is it all happening to me? Oh, this is a segment you just have to survive or something? Pretty neat. But I think I missed the king opportunity, a ride king. Nice! I cleaned up that junk. You have to do it twice? Screw you! Pretty hard to rope him twice. Interesting. What do I want for my troubles? Whatever this is. Man, these shrubberies really block a lot of junk. Am I muddy or am I still speedy? I guess I'm still speedy. Hey, area effect. Finally. So I get a little muddy. I like how you can back up now. You know the train going backwards, you just go for it. Eat this, guys! Missed me because I got lucky. Oh cool, he's big and then he gets little. Okay, combustible. It was a defense skill flame coat. Interesting. I don't think the mounts give you extra defense anymore. Do you seek balance? No. That's a cool concept though. You seek balance. Haha, no. Sure. That's kind of neat. Nice, good feedback. I don't know how many roguelike games I've seen that have just basically math machines. That's what I'll call them. Like, would you like to remath because you've just been hitting buttons? You're like, yes, I would. Oh, that's cool. The Mega Blossom, that's cool. Is that a totem? Ah! Not good. Yeah, eat my flames. Oh, when you use your special mount ability, you lose your charge on your gun. So when there's trees in the way, this area of effect one works really well. Then when you can't aim, this one works really well. Level 2. I think all the animal skills should have been melee attacks. So like the dude has guns, and all the creatures have melee. It's really cool how the defensive skills are the only ones that can counter the bullets. So if you need to get out of this situation, you need a mount. Oh, they have shields that are impenetrable. Let's get a refill on this. Ooh, this Rose. Strong Rose. Nice. Ooh. That's interesting. That's neat too. Strong Rose. That's pretty weak. I just lost some health for that. Am I sneezy? I'm itchy? This whole place is itchy. Okay, this is not good. A lot of feedback there, goodness. I need to hit stuff with my new attack ability.
Wow.
Dungeon!
Puppy pop.
Poor aim.
Wow.
800. I got the skill right before it leaves. Burn skill, smolder. Kicks up a defensive wall, possible that blocks. So, oh cool, I got an extension. I need a purifying plant. On these weak little ones, you gotta make sure you extend your duty fetch. I can't tell what hurts me or doesn't hurt me half the time, but I don't think I'm being hurt that much. It's just I'm activating these web traps and I probably shouldn't be. You gotta kill them all? Interesting. Couldn't tell what was happening there. That was a little intense. That's cool. Good feedback. Huh? Oh wow. He did some sneeze thing and I couldn't move. That's dangerous. There's no reason to read those.
Puppy pop.
Oh, the clapping and cheering is funny. Have a melee attack? Melee shoots something at point blank range. Works on all plants that can shoot. I did not know that, but I'm glad I know that. I really just get cool mount perks instead of plants that I care about. Even though I got like wrecked by some plants, I don't even need their effects. I mean, I say that. Sometimes when direct powering through things and you're like, they're not dying fast enough, you're like, maybe you should use some status effects. It's the same in Pokemon. But I wonder here, this is defensive. Usually I don't need health. And I don't need defense. And usually when things are so crazy that I get hit, more crazy is coming. So this probably won't... I mean, it doesn't seem like you can take damage rapidly after taking damage. So like, and then you're like blinking a little bit, I think. So maybe that's not so important. I don't care about the small critters. I like this confirm thing though. Choose 2 more perks. So I made all that decisioning. Monsters will now explode when you inflict an element. Don't need that. I like that. But I won't be being defeated anymore. Hey, all the stuff I collected. Instead of me worrying about where they go, now they just go.
Awesome. Boop boop beep bop. Boop bop beep bop.
Nice save confirmation, pause menu. So I played all that and this is as far as I got. And you're supposed to travel far enough to get the dungeons or whatever to unlock the gate so that you can travel a little faster the next time. I'm assuming all the patches have been shuffled, but the direction that you can go is the same. Cool. I don't know what doing this does. Maybe this is just what displays, and what if that changes the world once you go into the world? I guess there's a lot you're gonna have to mount and then level up. Max affinity, and then this little lizard has not max affinity. Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it. I couldn't even... These boots are so weird. I like that invincibility you get. Angry. So melee blast? What's a melee blast? Oh, is that what I've been doing where I get really close to people? No? Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's what that was. So this is kind of like... Oh, do I have to aim at them too? Interesting. That's really close. I guess they don't hurt you by touching you, so you can just walk up to them and melee them pretty freely. Let's try it. And that's probably an integral part of crowd control. Oh look, that hypno mop is hypnotized the turtle. Does that get rid of my positive buffs? Cleanse? I like rapid fire. Leaves it. Yeah, I guess without the melee attack, so without the mounts you don't have good defense. Without the melee attack you can't do much when they're just like, we're all over the place, but now I'm going to try to use it a little bit more effectively. You gotta watch out when I do that. So I was just holding the button down there and it did the melee, so it looks like it's just whenever you get close. Yeah, you have to touch them. Okay. Ouch! Was it really necessary for them to have all three attacks and then have them basically just be shots? It's kind of interesting how you, oh yeah, I forgot I could charge those. Oh cool, that's my super effect. Now I need to recharge my other stamina moves. Did that hurt me? Are these little ones like constantly have a hitbox or something? I think they do. That's weird. I lost my mount. I didn't even notice. Okay. Couldn't tell what was water and what wasn't water. Now I'm soaked. Longer cooldowns. Oh, that's great. Cool. So that's mount energy. Oh, so there's a challenge? Longer cooldowns, I can feel them. Yeah, when things get hectic, there's just way too many things going on. Things bouncing, colors changing, polarity switching, mounts leaving, buttons changing. And then you're like, well, what happened? I think you could use some hit pause, actually. I mean, it's largely a single player game. When your mount leaves, it definitely needs to be like hit pause, like goodbye mount. I knew you well.
Nice. Boop bop beep. Beep bop boop beep beep bop boop.
That looks like goes a larger area that way. I wonder if the enemies get stronger as you go further out. I want to say no, but they do come in more numerously. That's a lot of patches.
Red beep 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 bop boop.
They all have the dust dash. Am I unaffected by this stuff? So when you're holding charge, you can't melee. Otherwise, the melee's automatically when you rush touch into them. There's so many complicated things happening.
Nice. Beep bop boop boop.
Just open the pause menu and select return with pet, which I will not do. I think when my gun cooldown's going, I can use my mount skill. Let's test it out. Nope. Well, I didn't have a mount attack. I just stole that tree. It's kind of cool that you can steal obstacles and eliminate them. Even though it's relatively temporary, I'd like to do it to give myself some more advantages. Freezing targets sounds pretty good. I did it to myself. Let's see if it comes back. No. Oh, it does come back. This is kind of like the... Melee does 10. I wonder if damage-wise, I'm gonna see if that's worth it. That's why you should kill random enemies. You can get hearts, just like in Mega Man. You're like, is that a golden one? Why? Is that shiny? I wonder what happened to that man on the mount. We swap? It was golden. Does that mean anything? Baffle beam. Yeah, there's a lot of special effects there, but I think only the circles are actually the things that hurt you. Man, it's interesting that when you get hit, you can look at your health and it just shows you how much you're minus. How much it hurt, basically. I should use the defensive spells in there. Crazy beam. What does our map look like? So we're back here again. That's a golden one. Does that matter? I don't know if that matters. Oh, these things send stuff back at you when you kill them, just like in Hollow Knight. The jellyfish. Jellyfish I hated. Did Jumbo do more damage, I'm assuming? Not good. Do you have to level this? Is that water? Yeah, it's water. You need a mount, a horse mount to go through that. Level design. Oh, well, where are my horse mounts? Yeah, that was dumb. It's interesting. I don't think enemies respawn or anything, but we'll check. I like how the energy on the right side, it just ticks down with time. So if you want to do some free exploring like this, like it's gonna cost you. Let's see if that brought back any of the opponents. Otherwise, I'm in the wrong area. No? Does it just give me a status if I go in? It doesn't hurt me. Oh, there's the freaking pony. Come on. Leap through the air, pass right over the enemy shots. I'm a pony. I don't think this leap has a cooldown because it doesn't have an offensive element. Oh, big one. There's a silver one. What's up with all these animals? That guy didn't seem to get hurt by my bullets. Number 2. Don't hit the jellyfish. Hit them anyway. Hey, look at all this goody gums. First with twins, and you steal it. And then we clean. So I went all this way. Okay, I went all this way. I like how they have the little X's on the ones who actually traveled. I want to go kill that bat. What did Paris do? Oh, burn is cool. So funny, even though I'm leaping over these, it makes a sound effect as if I walked over them. Right, like I leaped. That's a leap. It's hard to be emergent. Well, I'm gonna get soaked again, but I don't understand. I did it! Did it without getting soaked. It was like a perfect trip. I think they just ran away for whatever reason. Let's see if I can do it again. Probably not. I almost made it. If it wasn't for that weird up direction I had to go. Ponies aren't the most offensive creatures. No, I want to pay attention. I'm trying to look at all the meters. This gun's weak. Oh. I gotta make sure all these count then. He really is invisible. Did I hit the rocks right there with my special? Oh, come on! Oh, did he dodge that? I think getting to the new level extends my meter, so I can guarantee to have a little bit of fun. Okay. So it still leaves it as a mark on my map even though I cleared it. Dead end. Come on. Whatever. I'm leaving you guys. Tried to hop. Messed my hop up. Oh, the mega shots also cancel out their bullets. What am I even doing down here? Oh, did I miss a turn? Is it because I was running rapidly through the water? Probably. Yeah. So I just didn't see it. Did I get hit? For what? I couldn't even see it. Oh. Are the oranges reflecting my shot? No? Oh shoot, my mount. My mount. Wait, I should probably get another one. While surfing, you're immune to all wet terrain. Somebody teleported on me and then I meleeed them and took damage. Jeez. Regen! Where you at? You've been stoked.
Yo, would you
Hey, Matt. You are on Twitch.
turd?
Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
No one. If your shots push the enemies away, it's harder to melee them. It's kind of cool. What is this? I just grabbed it. Oh, hunker down, baby. Grab some of that. Oh, is that the hunker? I think that was the hunker. Let's see. Wow, made a different sound. Yeah, it's hunker. Hunker for dunk dunk. No. Let's get my hunker down points. Ah, regen. Oh, the mount got tired and immediately abandoned me. What's happening? What the weird weather was that? Their magnet ability? Okay, weird. Staring straight at my character and not saying any magnet anything. Just a weird sound effect that came up. But okay, whatever. The knots of your lasso will block hostile shots. Okay, interesting. Well, couldn't quite get back to the dungeon. It's kind of a lot of very similar enemy encounters. Looking for the special places. I mean, even the special places, I'm not expecting too much different gameplay wise. Yeah, some of the terrain, like soaking and all that, having some current, having a lot of water in the water area. It's strange, like the individual strategies are mostly the same. Your mount's defensive and offensive abilities are mostly the same. Your shots are mostly the same, just more or less the small range of shooting archetypes: shotgun, rapid fire, burst fire, rifle, things like that. And your mounts do it too. I think the mounts attacks are much worse, or much shorter range and slower and longer cooldown, but they're the ones who have all the status effects and they charge your mount. So like every now and then you want to like stop firing your primary and run around with your mount and kind of get those shots in. So you're kind of looking for those opportunities. Anytime you're not firing, you're not building up your mega shot. It's interesting, the mega shot only happens if you fully shoot your entire clip. When you shoot it, it's powerful, but then your clip has to cool down all the way back down. I initially thought of it as a reload shot, where it's like, oh, your first shot out of your reload's, strong, but it's really just you're powering your gun up, because you can keep feathering it and it won't ever get the mega shot and you'll never run out of ammo. So you build it up and then you release. It's kind of like Kid Icarus Uprising a little bit, where when you don't attack in Kid Icarus, you get your mega shot. And this, when you're constantly shooting, you get your mega shot, but both still put you in like a committal state, more or less. A lot of creatures, a lot of monsters. Yeah, things just get real crazy when they're all layered up like that. I want to do a little bit more of a shotgun style gameplay. I guess that requires your character to be a little faster and kind of know the enemy patterns a little bit more. But I wanted to, because when it gets crazy, so you use stun to crowd control. Shut up. So let's see if I can melee these guys. So these are basically enemies, or bullets, which is very strange. And I can do that. Did that shoot the enemy in the direction my gun was facing? Let's test that. Let's see. It does. Get over here. I wonder how quickly you can, I stick to stuff? Yeah, that's funny. That's kind of a neat way to do dynamic level elements, to see how quickly it takes for me to stick again. Maybe you can't stick to the same thing twice? Can't stick to the same thing twice. So let's see how rapidly I can melee type. So that pushed him. So those are 10, 10, 11. So this shot is 3, 3, 3. Okay, so decent strength. Some character angry or not. Nope. Okay. So controlling where you want to melee them is kind of neat. You wanna melee them into terrain so they don't slide as far, or you just want to get them the frick away from you so you shoot them across the stage. But either way, that makes terrain kind of interesting. It's got a lot of dense complexity. Like, oh, it bounces your bullets and enemies can hide in it, but you can't. But it responds to your different status effects, and then it can be collected. And you can remove it, and all these little things just for like a shrub. But hey, 21-14-0, rank 5. That's a good first run. Yeah, a lot has changed. A lot has been streamlined. This whole patching aspect here, let's say you said I could take flowers and, like, you know, aesthetically arrange them how I want. Oh, was that was a bonus? So this gets a bonus because it's their friends. I don't know what they are though. So I'm gonna try to put yellows together. Coastal Bonsai doesn't belong with those. Flowers here. Coral. Flower is spicy. Mushroom golden. I don't understand what's happening there. You Discord guys can come back to Discord. I'm wrapping up.
Hey, Richard.
Hey, what's up, Tony?
I can hear your
Chair?
You're squeaking, yeah.
Man, just wiggling my legs in my chair. That's cool.
Very powerful.
Was it loud?
It's just like a little subtle background music. A little muzak, if you will. I'm gonna mute your stream because I can hear myself and it's messing me up right now.
Yeah, I'm just wrapping up the stream. I wish I could have gotten to a dungeon. Maybe I should have gone back to the same dungeon, but look how far away that is. It's a long time.
So, like, the overworld doesn't change, but just the stuff inside the overworld.
Yeah, each patch can be shuffled, but the overworld layout stays the same. So that's pretty consistent. So that means I know, like, to get to this dungeon, it's always going to be X amount of patches of distance. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. This is an odd first choice that, you know, I don't even know how to contextualize. I'm assuming this one makes the dizzy type shots. Is that just for the moth mount, or does each fruit have a different type associated with it? But yeah, slowly chipping away at the map. This is a long vertical stretch. I guess this was a runway, I think. Let's try to get there. can't run that quickly through mud. Oh, that was the one I need to capture. They said I could do a mega attack by doing both. Let's see what happens.
Nice. Beep beep bop boop.
I don't want to return, I want to play the game. Go. I don't think those count. I don't think those give you. Oh, cool! I can mount with the mount. Oop. Why would I need a... I don't think we're gonna get frozen anytime soon. That's gotta be a pretty significant boost if you have to go out of your way to get it like that, and you don't even know which 3 you're gonna be boosted. Missed. I guess I should use this to move around faster. Okay. Can you always go back? Cool. That means you can heal and come back. That's kind of interesting.
For the Moth Dash, it doesn't have a cooldown even though it shoots bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, of the defensive skills, I don't think they have cooldown. I guess when the enemies are status, they are much less dangerous. now with full health, you can go back to the thing and get... I don't want to go back. But...
What's the incentive to like kill enemies in these long, continuous spaces?
speak up.
What's the incentive to like fight the enemies in the long, continuous spaces, other than, you know, just for fun?
Same as Mega Man.
They dropped like some helpful stuff,
Yep.
possibly.
Yep. And if you hit him with the right attacks, your mounts continue to boost their charge. So if you don't want to lose your mounts faster, you're gonna have to fight them a little bit more. So right now I'm losing my mount power, but if I do this, I got 3 back, and if I do this, I got another 3 back, so that's 3 seconds each. And then I just get these guys out of my way. Then I'll do it again here. Killed him with a special skill, got a little bit of mount power back. And then, oh, my heart. Yeah. My heart. Shoot that off, get a little bit of mount power back. Capture a plant. Don't know why some are gold. Maybe if you treat them as pets or something, they will. Got some mount energy right there. Crit. Oh, up is always neutral. Nice. And now for the long trek up. It looks like the one to the bottom right will go straight to that gate, and I need to open it from that side. So maybe we'll check that out. Now you're all confused. I'm running out of mount power. So I don't know if I get 3 for each one of these that hits. I need a new mount. Bye, mount. The mount leaves so quietly, just tired. You're like, hey! Hey! 19 damage shot. I should have mounted him. Okay. Yeah, okay, not good. Oh wow, he bumped me? Oh, these level elements really get in the way of So that's not even mud. I thought that was mud. It's just moving quicksand or whatever. Okay. Will I make it? So this is a
Boop beep bop.
hit. I'm melee attacking it.
Boop bop beep bop.
Oh, that's what I was doing.
Boop boop beep bop.
Very good. I'm not going to survive much else. It's kind of weird how the shots that you have that are defensive and can cancel out enemy bullets just look like normal shots. Do they?
There you
Some of the moves that the enemies do are defensive, so they'll cancel out incoming bullets. But I think they look the same as offensive bullets, so it's kind of like,
So like you can just be shooting, and sometimes your bullets just can get canceled out.
No, they're bullets. Like you use a defensive skill, but they it can be confusing at first when you're like, what happened? Like, why didn't this one do it? You know, this skill right here is defensive, so I can use it and walk straight into danger. That's defensive. This is offensive.
And that's the first defensive skill that isn't like a dash. I think.
It makes it move faster, and it has like 2 different attacks built into it.
Like almost a dash. And I'm assuming you're like invincible in the flames as well.
Not this guy. I think some others are more invincible. But since you cancel out bullets with the shield anyway, that's what it's supposed to do. Like, check this out. I'm gonna now I can charge every single one of my mount's secondary attacks. So let's do that. I think I used a super move with my mount, but I don't think you can tell.
Isn't it usually like a more like pronounced animation when you go for the super?
I can't tell. I don't know exactly what happened.
Like one of them, like the turtle one, it looks like
It like rained, yeah, everywhere. That's what I expect from all of them, but I don't think that's what happened.
I don't know what's the deal with the birds when they turn yellow. Like I thought it was like a special effect, but that's just like a normal part of the enemy. Like they just turn yellow.
Dang. My character moves around really fast. I was just trying to... I think it was, Oh, I somehow got the speedy perk. I think the yellow guy ran to me and gave it to me. I was like, I'm moving too fast. Well, with that speed, I'll do this. Yep. Lock my mount.
That's kind of an interesting debuff, because like it is kind of like generally useful, but you probably don't want that speed buff.
Yeah.
Because it'll throw you off.
One cool way to tame enemies when they're going crazy is to start mounting them, and it'll cancel a lot of their activity. Like this. Look. Go ahead.
An interesting I noticed is like you lost like that amount right now, and then you got the same one, and it was still leveled up max.
Yeah, you level. These are just things you level up over time. Why did I just run straight forward in that? I'm just running into things apparently.
Don't worry, I do it all the time, right, game.
Oh, that bird did a wind gust. Cool.
Oh, that's new. I've never seen it do that one.
We're just gonna fish for some help.
I mean, you got all the health there on the left.
Cool. And we can get rid of the speed buff. Like, I didn't want that. Cool, I got my mount extension. And then we just burn some over there. Cool.
Another thing about the camera, like when you're like in these long hauls, like you're kind of like limited. You just can't like go all the way and like speed through it.
Yeah, it's
Hard to.
What game comes to mind where you can like push the auto camera and make it go more your speed? I resist it because I'm fire. Oh, I didn't even see that one. I need to go for some more melee attacks like that and just stun them a little bit more. Oh, you can't stun the ones that are king or gold crown. Only the silver crown. Man, with all the slugs pushing downward, and I lost my mount. I tried to capture the little fire dude, but you know, it's just a lot of stuff coming at you.
What's the deal with like the stuff that you're picking? I forget like from last time I played it.
The fruits, you mean? The
Not the fruits, like just the background objects you can just pick up.
You pick up plants now, and you basically decorate your home here.
Oh, like a little Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
thing
and
going
if you do enough of a synergy going, something happens. I'm not sure, but like if I take this, I put it back down. Hey, where's my synergy? Yeah, so like I remove the synergy, and then I put the synergy back in, I guess. Cool. Well, that is our look at Patch Quest. Yeah, slowly chipping away at an overworld map and then just unlocking the shortcuts. Just a classic roguelike kind of stuff right there, where you'll play the same thing over and over until you earn enough of a shortcut to not play the same thing over and over. Lots of stats, lots of things that are constantly leveling up. Your character stats, then your temporary buffs, your mounts that you ride each have 3 levels, and then even some other stats like just boosting the power of certain kinds of attacks, which I guess if you get a random boost and then you have a choice of this mount versus that in the forest, you'll pick different mounts depending on what your random boost it's gonna boost for you. Yeah, and we talked a lot with Lemon about the super attack and mixing ammo and creating these huge blasts, but I feel like with this balance right here, I think you're encouraged to do all the right things. You're encouraged to just move sometimes and then shoot. You're encouraged to continually shoot, right? So you can get your mega shots. And then when you're mega shot, you're encouraged to take a very careful aim. And since the mega shots are different properties, you aim different. And then there's a cooldown in which you can't shoot it. I'm not sure in that cooldown if you can use your mount skills, but either way, your mounts each have different skills and have different affinities. Like you saw me resisting fire attacks when I was on a fire lizard. You're like, oh, they even have weakness resistance, which is kind of neat where you take on the animals native to that land so you can better survive in the land. Like everybody loves that. That's always cool. But yeah, you're shooting. There's different types of ways to aim. Like when your mount has a spread attack, if you hold the aim button, you can see like the pre-lines going out where the attack's going to go. Unfortunately, that has some overlap with charging the attack. It's not really an issue at all, but you're forced to charge the attack once you have the ability to charge mount. But then you just release it, so you're good anyway. The mounts before, I think, used to have health. I maybe gave you some health benefits, but now they're just defensive movement and 2 types of offense. I don't know why they have 2 types of offense. Is one supposed to be like melee, close range, and the other is supposed to be far away? I can't tell. Maybe one is just like an attack and one's a status. And you get the status one at level 3. Dizzying enemies, burning enemies, slippering enemies. It seems to have an effect, but there's so much going on, right? Like, I'm not that good to know what the enemy's movement patterns are going to suggest, and since it's a twin-stick shooter, they're constantly, like, crowding you in a corner anyway, or just running around randomly. There's not that many ways to move in top-down like that. So, you know, I can't tell if my status affects what effect they're having. It's really good that the game has like 3 tiers of monsters: normal, slightly bigger, silver crown, and gold crown. And if you ever want to mount the gold ones or whatever, you have to lasso them 3 times, and silvers twice, and normals once. I like that a lot. It's also a fun challenge to kind of lasso and pull, do a loop around them. But there's so many factors that make it difficult. The level may have level elements that bump you around. It shoots off projectiles anyway, and I think it shoots off like a certain kind of projectiles when you mount it or when you lasso it, but maybe not. Then you can power up your ability to run while lasso, power up your ability to slip less when you're lassoing something, and then you can also have an ability to nullify incoming shots if you hit another button while lassoing. So it is, if that part of the gameplay was meant to be something kind of like authored and delicate, like every enemy has its own little dance that you do, like left, right, left, in and out, like it's not really like that. It's more just they just throw stuff at you. And then you get the ability for the lasso to block shots with notches in it. I don't have it unlocked, but it sounds funny. But yeah, I feel like even I used to do this a lot in previous versions, but I used to lasso enemies right before they did their super attack, and then I think they would effectively reset their cooldown. So I'm like, and you throw a lasso out. The cool part is the lasso aiming is a big freaking loop-de-loop circle around you anyway, so it's not like you can just point and click. It really requires a different kind of aiming and moving to get the lasso to be precisely where you want to, especially when there's other enemies that can be around. Kind of cool. There's a lot to get used to. You have different ammo all the time. Your character's slightly changing their stats with movement speed, defensive buffs, and all this, so that's a lot. That's just like a crazy lot of details to get used to. But then you're leveling up your mounts, and then you're fighting new enemies all the time with different combinations of land. So yeah, it's a lot. But towards the end, on my last run, I got this feeling like, oh, I know the enemies are going to come like this. I know the ostrich is going to be over there. I'm going to prioritize this one. I'm going to save this shot for there. I'm going to line them up over here. And soon you'll learn how to line them all up just like every other shooter. So that's pretty cool. Maybe on another stream I'll take a look at the dungeon, because that may have a significantly different kind of level design. And if so, that'd be cool. And then there's probably a boss, so you know, that's an easy one to check out next time. Menus are still very clean. The explanations are snappier, faster. I think getting into the sort of main game of it all is faster, but who knows? I've played through the beginning of this game 2 or 3 times already. There's so many interactions, it's really hard to tell what's happening. There's some sound where if you hear a plink, you know your bullet's deflected. That's good. And if you hear a pah, you know you got a melee attack off, so that's good. It reminds me of that game we were playing before, like what was it called? Ghost something 3000. And you had like almost like a bash that you could do, and you bash them and you stun them, and when you stun them, you can kind of do a little bit more crowd control. So that's a new thing that a lot of twin stick shooter games are trying to incorporate, more mechanics and actions from more brawler and melee focused games. That's cool. Yeah, the level terrain, it feels like it always feels like it's so dense, unless you're in one of those levels that's just like a clearing. Especially the tiles that affect where you walk. So you're like, oh, you know, this is a muddy area, cool, but it's like most of the area is muddy. Ooh, there's some conveyor belts pushing me down the side of the arena, but they're huge. And in general, when you're doing a top-down game, because you're so easily cornered, you're like practically touching those spots all the time. And the enemies are so big too. Like I said before, in the middle of that match, I'm like, I probably should be stunning them a lot more, looking for a little pocket of opportunities to stun them. And one thing that I really like is certain enemies are either too light or too weak, and when you shoot them, they get pushed in the direction you're shooting them. That makes it harder for you to melee them, right? So if you sometimes you gotta not shoot them or not shoot at all to melee them. I'm not sure if you slow down when holding the fire button, but if you do, even a little bit, that's probably a good thing. So if you want to melee someone real cleanly, you have to stop firing and really ram into them and then click it. The melee attack probably should have been a melee animation or something. It's like a big blue shotgun blast, and they call it melee, and Lemon calls it melee. Like, it's like a close range repulsor blast from Marvel versus Capcom 2. That's what it looks like. But yeah, the fact that it's melee is it has knockback and stun, so it definitely qualifies mechanically. It just looks a little like a shotgun, but that's okay. I think I think a lot of the long-term progression things were properly backgrounded. Before there was like a little bit too much emphasis on going out, collecting patches, and bringing them back. And now it's just like, oh, you got a patch thing, hit a button on a random plant. And you're thinking about plants instead of whole patches. It was way too complex before with a whole patch. But now it's like, oh, plant, I can grab a plant. I'm touching plants all the time. Yeah, and other aspects like the permanent upgrades to your little dude bro, your little explorer. That's just like in a little baby license board for babies. It just has a few different branches. That's okay. But the skills all seem pretty unique. And this is multiplayer. I wonder how that would be. You don't have a lot of room as it is, and it's hard to see a lot of things as it is. Yeah.
I feel like if you get to the, what do you call it, the boss or dungeon level, right?
Mm-hmm.
There should be some way to like more quickly shortcut. But I'm not sure like how you would go about it because this game's kind of structured with like classic arcade style. Like you build up your power ups and all that. So I'm not sure how you could make just like a direct shortcut.
Yeah, I don't know. If the dungeons are these big complex things, and they end with a boss, jeez.
Wait, there are whole levels? I thought it was just like...
I don't know. I didn't get far in it, but it is something. Kind of like the ending bosses of Mario Bros. Platformers. Like, they're relatively simple. It's because you played a whole level to get to them. And they're like an end cap. But if these are whole levels in themselves, and they have a boss, and you have to play a whole level just to get to them, jeez. But hey, it seems to be there's... He said this game has 6 out of the 12 areas. So, okay.
The game already... it's already like access. That's kind of crazy. This game already looks like it's done,
Yeah, I mean, the game was kind of done a while before. And it looked like this and had this mechanical kind of polish and menu polish a while before. So yeah, I consider Patch Quest to be multiple games in one. At least what he's going for his full version. I feel like it's a lot. I mean, there's tons of animals, tons of tiles, tons of things already. I'm trying to figure out what... Like, some of the in-between tiles just have no... They have level design, but it's not really much of anything. There's no real gameplay ideas. Like, look, this is just bees in your way. Look, there's bees. I'm like, yeah, everything's in my way. Like, bees... I do like the fact that some enemies are skippable and some areas are monster closets, basically, or monster floors, or however you want to call that. But, yeah, it's like some of the areas where you can skip the enemies kind of pounce out, try to attack you. They kind of get blocked by all the terrain, which is kind of like, oh, this is why they thrive here. They can survive in their own natural environment. But it's kind of annoying to play. It's just kind of going up, down, left, right. And, twin stick shooters are very simple games that thrive in open air environments. So, like, you can see your bullets go far, enemies are far, you put a lot of enemies this game overall is much more zoomed in than almost every twin stick shooter ever. And then Lemon puts obstacles in the way, so worming up and down those little passageways, and then having all that terrain effects and all those lingering bullets and enemies chasing you, like, that's a lot. And because it's every single sort of long hallways like that I've played so far, they kind of get samey, and you kind of want to skip them. I like occasionally skipping enemies in the game so that, there's a little bit of variety than just kill everything when it comes to you as it comes to you. And you saw a few examples there where I led the enemies away, and then right at the end I'm like, turn around, and I shot them. Like, that's also cool. Yeah. But there's not a lot of gameplay ideas expressed in those setups. It's interesting to look at games like Triforce Heroes, or even Spirit Tracks for the DS, and what kinds of limitations, what kinds of ideas they could build out of a relatively zoomed in, top down Zelda kind of experience, right? Spirit Tracks had touchscreen, and Link was relatively large on the screen, and you had to touch the stuff to get him to interact with it. But you're like, well, how did they build out their ideas, and how did they make sure that the floors and the rooms and the dungeons were coherent? And those are also just interesting things to study. But yeah, running around, shoot some stuff. When you don't have a mount, I feel like you can't play. I'm not good at the shotgunning yet. Maybe if you don't have a mount, you really need to start stunning enemies and paying attention to that. But without a defensive escape ability, your priority is like get a mount. So I guess before I go into dangerous encounters, I need to be like, how much energy does my mount have? I need to get another mount. That's just a pretty simple thing to do. So it's not bad, but man, it's yeah, without a mount is rough.
It's a lot of bullets when things get hectic, especially in the wave tiles.
Yeah, because it's a 2D game too. It's like the bullets are 2D sprites overlapping, so there's no like way to blend them. Maybe the 2D and the technology behind it doesn't really matter. The fact that they currently overlap each other and they linger a lot, and they're big. One thing that I didn't like about Twinbee the last time I played it was you get enough of the speed power-ups, you're way too fast. You can't thread the needle or anything. You can't dodge or play effectively. I'm like, I'm so fast I broke the game. Not like you're playing on NES controls anyway, so you're like trying to feather tap the little left button just to move a little bit left, and your character's like zoom. So yeah, speed is kind of a tricky thing. You gotta be careful. But just something to think about.
I noticed that the pace of this game's a lot longer than your average like twin stick shooter. Like the stream is about like 2 hours, right? And
Yeah.
in those 2 hours, I guess I'm not sure if it's a fair comparison, but like 2 hours, I can say Next Machina, that'd be like probably like a whole playthrough, probably, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like I think. Well, I mean, I died plenty of times, but let me see. I think there was a bug. It wouldn't let me rename my island. But yeah, moving around wise and kind of getting to these different spots takes a long time. I played some twin stick shooters on basically everything, but from Geometry Wars 3, recently played that. Next Machina kind of recently played that. And it's this one on Switch where you just go room to room and shoot at enemies coming down at you and kind of flooding in. Those games have like floors. You clear the floors. In a couple of minutes, you reach your like transition point. So it's like a clear stopping point or a clear point to like replay it and try to get high score. The fact that I was a little lost in patch quests and I like took a wrong turn or I had to check the map and be like, now to go back, like that just takes what already is
like a simple game where there's a lot of basically repetition anyway, and then kind of makes you backtrack over it. So you know, in all games, that kind of aspect can be a trying time. You're like, oh, do I really like this game? Is it really fun to go back over it? Am I really looking forward to what's coming up? And you're going to be doing this a lot in Patch Quest, just kind of walking around. So interesting. So you want to melee them. I guess they all pulse before they attack, maybe. So you gotta be a little careful. You just... So you can just stun lock.
Oh, there's no limit on the melee, essentially.
Doesn't seem like it.
It's not even tied to your ammo technically, as in like just a base.
Yeah, you always have access to it. So the bird comes out and then activates turbo, then touches me, and then I have turbo, which can be a good or a bad thing depending on if you want it.
So it's kind of like a standard shooter melee attack that some games have, like Metal Slug's knife attack. Wow, that was...
So I didn't realize all the enemies pulse before they fire. So you really need to melee them before that pulse happens.
Is the parry mechanic still in the game? Like, you can like stun them, but they get angry.
Oh, that's all been simplified. I don't think there's any more of the like looking carefully at their animations and their windows and just before they attack. It's just you get close enough, you melee them.
Okay.
Melee strong.
These little baby birds are going crazy. There you go.
Yeah. Baby bird. Oh, you frick.
Oh my, look at him.
So I got the armadillo before he puffed, and I'm just beating him up, and against that log. So that makes sense. So like, there's certain shots of the enemy that you can shoot, like these. I can shoot the, not the red ones, but those red ones. So yeah,
There
there's
should be like a unified shape for projectiles that you can like interact with to differentiate themselves.
yeah, color, shape, something. Are you angry? Too bad. I just grabbed this tree, right? That's how subtle the collection aspect is now.
Look at that rose, it's shining. Never mind.
Does the music change now that I have armadillo, or is this a general mount thing? Well, the enemy's following me. Reflecting any shots you touch? Cool.
Okay, So the birds are also active hitboxes.
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
Only the little enemies, like the tiny ones, seem to be.
Nice. Boop, bop,
I'm not returning. Leave me alone. So this armadillo has a cooldown. Oh, that's cool. He bounces off and stuff. That's cool. So this is kind of cool how it's like semi-scrolling. Sometimes I can't tell the difference between the special effects and the shots. Like there's smoke and bullets and goop sometimes. When you leave the area, they just leave. That's kind of interesting.
It seems like it doesn't let you transition to a screen until, like, if you level up, and like it takes a little bit to show a little tutorial pop up of what you level up to, so they don't let you scroll until the game doesn't let you scroll until that pops up. You can pretty much get to level 3 anytime you first pick up a map. I just went right into that spider. You also push the enemy when you're rolling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a long track. Strong. I want to be strong. I like how you can scroll backwards. I thought that was really cool.
I feel like with those roses, that would be like an incentive to like catch the patch.
I think I already have one. I'm not sure. You can't like take any boosts from your base out there, but yeah.
No, I mean like in the real time when you're fighting them, you can be like, okay, I don't want these enemies to go strong, so I'll
Oh,
just
that's
take
funny. Yeah. Yeah, I was saying that before. I'm like, it's kind of cool. You can just change the terrain, but I'm not sure what you should use it for.
feel like it could have been a cool idea if like you could take some things from another environment and like sort of terraform an environment. You know, like take something from the water level and take it to the hills, for example.
Yeah.
Yeah, the concept is quite interesting and inspiring. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the stream here. Fun stuff. Congrats to Lemon, everybody. I bought some lemonade today in honor of Lemon. No, I didn't. But I'm gonna stop the stream anyway.